Imagine looking up at the night sky thousands of years ago. No telescopes, no rockets, just stars. For ancient civilizations, the sky was filled with gods, myths, and mysteries. But for humanity, it became a question. What's out there? This is the story of how humans went from watching the stars to walking on the moon and now preparing to live on Mars. Long before rockets, ancient astronomers studied the heavens. In ancient Greece, thinkers like Aristotle believed Earth was the center of the universe. But centuries later, everything changed. In the 1500s, Nicolaus Copernicus proposed a revolutionary idea. The sun, not Earth, was at the center. Then came Galileo Galilei, who used a telescope to observe the moon and Jupiter's moons. Humanity was beginning to realize we are not the center of everything. But dreaming of space and reaching space are two very different things. The idea of rockets began centuries ago in China with early gunpowder experiments, but modern space travel began in the 20th century. One key figure was Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. He developed the mathematical theory of rocketry. Later, engineers like Robert H. Goddard launched the first liquid-fueled rocket in 1926. It was small. It flew only a short distance, but it proved one thing: reaching space was no longer fantasy. Then came the Cold War. Two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, competed for dominance in space. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1. It was the first artificial satellite in history. The world was shocked. Soon after, in 1961, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space. But the United States had its own goal. President John F. Kennedy declared, "We choose to go to the moon." In 1969, history was made. The mission, Apollo 11, the astronaut, Neil Armstrong. As he stepped onto the lunar surface, he said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." For the first time in history, humans walked on another world. It wasn't science fiction anymore. It was reality. After the moon missions, space exploration evolved. Instead of competition, nations began cooperating. In 1998, construction began on the International Space Station. Floating for 100 kilometers above Earth, the ISS became a symbol of global collaboration. Astronauts from many countries lived and worked together in space, science and microgravity, long-duration missions, preparation for deep space travel. Humanity was learning how to live beyond Earth. Now, the focus has shifted to Mars. Robotic explorers like Perseverance rover are searching for signs of ancient life. At the same time, private companies are changing the space industry. Companies like SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk, are developing reusable rockets. The goal? Make space travel cheaper, make Mars colonization possible. Meanwhile, NASA's Artemis program plans to return humans to the moon, but this time, to stay. What comes next? Moon bases, Mars settlements, asteroid mining, maybe even missions to Europa or Titan. The question is no longer, can we reach space? The question is, how far can we go from ancient stargazers to moonwalkers to Mars dreamers? Space exploration is not just about rockets. It's about curiosity. And as long as humans look up at the stars, we'll keep exploring. The universe is waiting.